Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Oh, I should have probably connected this. Darn it. Alright, 1 second. Okay. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. That's kind of weird. It seems like Wi-Fi works a little bit better than Ethernet this time around. That doesn't make sense. Well, kind of. The video's still stuttering, but what can I do? think I'll start in just a few minutes. Alright, the music's ending, so might as well call that one a quits and put my headset over there. Alrighty. Since I'm looking at YouTube, I might as well exit out of that, and there we go. Might as well add a few emojis here and there, if YouTube will allow me. Yeah. Well, it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I have no idea what's going on. From my understanding, it seemed like everyone is having internet issues, and then I was told that the internet provider slows down internet on purpose at the end of every month. So I'm not sure what to believe right now, so I'm just going to take it as is. But regardless, let's go ahead and get this started, despite of its issues. Hello, my name is Ian, and welcome to a Hangout stream where anyone can hop on and chat, discuss gaming content, what have you. For this Hangout stream, I thought I would show all of you not my whole game collection again. I already did 2 live stream videos worth of it, but I have since bought more games into my collection, so I thought, why not? I'm going to go ahead and show it. So let's start with the PlayStation side, the PlayStation side of my collection. Now, I did show the majority of these games near the tail end of some of my Dark Cloud livestream videos, but not a whole lot of people have seen it, so I thought it'd be appropriate to show them in one dedicated livestream video such as this one. So for starters, for the original PlayStation, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, I have completed Spyro the Dragon a couple of years back. And yeah, I'm slowly building up my original PlayStation collection. Like, I want to get the greatest hits edition of Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon, because I've heard that version of the game is fixed. Apparently, the original black label of Spyro 3 is known for being glitchy, so I want to get that version. So sooner or later, I'll play this version whenever I get the chance. Yeah, and I guess I'll save this one for last. But next up are 7 PlayStation 2 games in my collection. So, for starters, the original Eco. Yeah, I mean, as you've probably seen, um, I have the Eco and Shadow of the Colossus HD collection for the PlayStation 3. Those were my first experiences with those games, but I thought I would get the original feel of it on the PlayStation 2, even though I've heard this is definitely not a best way of playing Eco, since they made this easier for Western audiences by cutting out a few things, and it's prone to issues as well. But and and also, this is the only PlayStation 2 game in my collection that still runs on a CD-ROM, while everything else is DVD. So it actually did take a while to get that game working in the free make boot PlayStation 2 loader. So I finally got it working, so I can play it just fine. Now next are the Jak and Daxter trilogy. Now my experiences with the Jak and Daxter games was a long time ago when I was visiting a friend's house and he had a copy of Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy for the PlayStation 2, and I think my brother and I played a little bit of it, and I remember loving quite a little bit of it. And I think it wasn't until I was in high school that I got myself a copy of Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. And yeah, this is quite a good game, and I kind of wish it was a bit longer, but you know, for what it is, it's fine. I did hear that fans reverse engineered this game and made a PC port of it, and there's a mod out there which adds more levels and collectibles in this game, which I think, much like Super Mario Eclipse for Super Mario Sunshine, I might give that mod a chance. I think I might like it, so yeah, one day. Now, as for Jak 2 and Jak 3, I remember for the longest time wanting to get my hands on Jak 2, and I did own a copy a long time ago, but it didn't have a manual and the artwork was missing. So yeah, I actually do have this legit copy now, and I remember this game being too difficult and the layout of Haven City being confusing. So yeah, for all I know, maybe my opinion will change when I play this again. So yeah. Yeah, that's all I could say. Jak 3 is, oh boy, where am I going with this? I remember liking Jak 3, but I also realized that it's definitely not, um, it's definitely not, written well. I've noticed that there are some story events that got me questioning a few things, so but who knows, maybe like Jak 2, I might like this again, hopefully. I do plan on getting Jak X Combat Racing sometime later, so I'll have the complete Jak series, save for Jak and Daxter: The Lost Frontier, which I don't plan on playing games that weren't originally made by the original developers. So yeah, once I get Jak X, then I've pretty much almost completed the PlayStation 2 platforms and platformers of that console. So yeah, next, Shadow of the Colossus. Yep. Even though you know what's funny? I watched a video where, even though like I booted this game up on my PlayStation 2, and the opening itself had slowdown, which baffles me to no end. But in that video, this one guy mentions that they made Shadow of the Colossus around the stuttering frame rate, which that's kind of impressive. But apparently, the HD version of Shadow of the Colossus made the boss fights harder because the frame rate was so smooth and the Colossus shake more than necessary. So who knows? Um, Maybe I can change a setting or two where I can make the frame rate of this game smooth. So who knows? We'll see. Now, the final two games for the PlayStation 2 are Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus and Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. I do not have Sly 2 um Sly 2, what's it called? Band of Thieves. Because I mean there was a copy in one store I like to go to, but it didn't have a manual in it, so yeah. I mean I do have the Sly trilogy for the PlayStation 3, and I have completed the Thieves Raccoonus in that collection, and yeah, I liked Sly Cooper Thieves Raccoonus, so I kind of want to play how it's. I want to play how. Um, I'm not sure what the right wording is, but I like to play these games on the console they were originally made for. So, I mean, all these games have HD remasters for PlayStation 3. So, I don't know. And next, the only game for the PlayStation Portable that I bought recently is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. Now, I do have a fan translation somewhere around here on my computer so that I can easily play this game in English on the PlayStation Portable when that day comes. So, yeah. The only thing I know is that the secret episode in this game is not localized in English. And by localized, I mean the characters still speak Japanese. So, the subtitles may be in English, but they'll be speaking Japanese, so it's going to be weird. I can't wait. All right. Next, I want to do the handheld Nintendo games. So, let me save these for later. So, first up is Diddy Kong Racing DS. I have played Diddy Kong Racing originally for the Nintendo 64, and I remember loving a lot of it. Played it constantly with my siblings, and my brother actually has his own copy of Diddy Kong Racing for the Nintendo 64, and I was eyeing on this for the longest time. So, yeah. I mean, I know some people have said that they don't like this version of the game because they replaced a few characters and they changed a few things and they didn't like the controls, but I mean, I didn't like Super Mario 64 DS mainly because of its controls and the physics, but who knows? Maybe I might hate this too, but I want to say I will enjoy this, so I'll give it a chance whenever I have the time, so yeah. Now, next, I found this in a store, surprisingly. I didn't think I would find this in person, but the remake of Final Fantasy III. As some of you know, I do have the PlayStation Portable download version, but I can't play that game because I don't have my PSP linked to my PlayStation account, and since they shut down services for the PlayStation Portable, I don't think it's possible to reconnect it with my account, so I might have to download the PSP version of Final Fantasy III on my Vita if I ever want to let's play that game. But yeah, Final Fantasy III. I remember watching a let's play of this and I thought to myself, this probably might be my type of game. So I think I'll play this version first before I play the PSP port. So yeah, and there's a mark on the manual. Get off, please. Please. Thank you. Okay. Yep. And finally, for the DS release, I have the remake of Final Fantasy IV, which I didn't think I would find. This I wasn't really eyeing on this at all, but it was right next to Final Fantasy III, and I'm like, why not? I think I'll get it. I mean, I don't think I'll be playing this version soon because I've heard it's difficult. I mean, I've also heard that the original Final Fantasy IV, as well as the GBA release, were easy. But yeah, they upped the difficulty with this version. And fun fact, when I bought this game, for some reason, it came with a GBA copy of Final Fantasy IV Advance. And I checked the receipts, and it didn't say I paid for Final Fantasy IV Advance. And um, I made the mistake of going back to um, that place on Thanksgiving Day. every Everywhere was closed. That mall was empty. So yeah, I had to wait a couple of days until they reopened. And when I got back to them, I told them, "Was this on purpose or by accident?" And they told me that when they got this game, both these games were together. So yeah, for $30, I had two games in one. So I would say I'm lucky, but I don't believe in luck. That was just a happenstance. And what's funny is that I already ordered Final Fantasy IV Advance online, so this is the one I got online. The one that came with Final Fantasy IV for the DS, I gave to my brother. That is the only Final Fantasy game he'll ever own. So I don't think he'll play it anytime soon. But you know what? That's okay. He has other priorities right now, so yeah. And again, now we're on to the GBA side of things, which Final Fantasy IV Advance, which, yeah, got this in the mail, and that's all I could say about that since I've never played it. And Final Fantasy V Advance, much like Final Fantasy III, I think I might like this game. I hope I'll love this game. I remember watching a live stream video of this game, I want to say 5 years ago, and I remember liking the music, the character interactions, and the gameplay. Um, I think the one advice I might have picked up on in regards to these games with a job system is that the job you're given currently, use that until you're introduced to other jobs, and then use those jobs until you get more jobs. I think the game encourages you to not change into any job until it's appropriate, so I guess I'll take its word for it. So, yeah. And finally, um, I did mention this game in my game collection live stream videos, but I might as well show it to you anyways, just to show you proof that I do own it. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles for the GameCube. The reason why I'm showing this in person and on camera is because I can't copy this game to my Nintendo Wii. How I copy my Nintendo GameCube and Wii games is through USB Loader GX, and I install it into the external flash drive that's plugged into my Nintendo Wii. But for some reason, I can't copy this game. I don't know if the disc is not in good condition, but I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and I don't think I see anything wrong with it, especially under light. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with this copy. But whenever it reaches 98% on USB Lower GX, it would say copy error. So yeah, this is one of the two games I can't copy for one reason. So yeah, the next game I can't. The next game is for the Wii, and it's game number two that I can't seem to copy in my Nintendo Wii, and that's Mario Kart Wii, a game that I played constantly with my siblings a long time ago, and for the longest time I couldn't get this game. It would always stay in the $60 range. So yeah, I saw this for $35 and I immediately got it. So yep. Oh, maybe that's why I can't copy it. The disc is still rather smudged up with residue they use to clean the disc. So, uh, maybe, maybe I can clean this and then retry it to see if it'll work again. But yeah, until then, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles and Mario Kart Wii are the only games I can't copy into my systems yet. So we'll see. And I mentioned that I'm on the Sonic the Hedgehog buying spree, kind of. Whenever I see a game at a good price and in good quality, then I'll buy it. Sonic Unleashed, which I did play quite a bit in my younger years, and I made it up all the way to the final level. And I couldn't beat the final level. I remember one level taking me way too long to get through, and by the time it looked like I was about to reach the checkpoint, it hit the 10-minute mark, and then I lost alive. So maybe I'll beat it one day. And next, well, final game I bought recently, Sonic and the Black Knight. Now, I don't have, as you've probably seen, I don't have Sonic and the Secret Rings, but I do plan on getting it. Even though I heard that the control choices for these games aren't that good, but who knows? I'll give them a chance. I'll give any game a chance. Who knows? Yeah. That is it for my game collection update as of right now. So, yeah. All right. My initial plan was to just show my game collection, and if people pop up, we'd chat for a second and just talk about random things, but no one's popped up yet, so I'm not sure if... Oh, I have since... Okay. Streamlabs is already telling me that I'm having issues, which I kind of wish I can change the settings while I'm live streaming. That would probably save me a lot of time. It says that my stream's health has been healthy for a good 30 minutes. Never mind. It's freezing up on me. Gosh darn it. Well, I did mention to one other person that this might not take a while, but who knows? Alright. Dang it. Now it's saying I have an error. I wonder if Saturday is a bad day to stream, which... That's kind of unfortunate considering that I'm busy throughout the week. Saturday and maybe Sunday evening are the only times where I have some free time. So, well, I guess I can talk about one thing while this is going on. So, I will say, so far, a couple of weeks have been good overall. I've been up in spirits. People are appreciating me at my job. So, yeah. I'm trying to play other games in my collection that aren't the ones that I'm playing on my channel. This is kind of a spoiler, but I mentioned in, like, one person, a few people might know this, but I'm like over 20 parts ahead in my Final Fantasy IX Let's Play. And later on in the videos, I mentioned that besides playing Final Fantasy IX, I'm also in the process of replaying Final Fantasy VII for the original PlayStation, and I'm having for the longest time, I've had trouble beating Carry Armor again, and I figured out a way to beat him. I had to read up a hint somewhere. There's a specific move you can copy to your characters called Magic Hammer. What that does is it drains enemies of their magic points, so much so that they can't use magic at all. So I used Magic Hammer twice on Carry Armor, and he didn't do his Lapis Laser ever again. So it made the fights significantly easier. The only drawback, obviously, is that he has his cranes. He grabs the characters and he won't let go of them. So And I knew that at some point I wasn't going to finish the fight quick enough, so I kept hitting his body, and I keep hitting him so much that he was carrying Cloud at the time. Cloud dies. I had to revive him with a Phoenix down and give him an X potion, and there we go. And by the time we prepared ourselves again in that fight, in the middle of it, we defeated Carry Armor. Everyone was alive. Everyone got their experience and ability points, and there you go. So, yeah. Magic Hammer. I wished I've learned that move a long time ago. Now that I think about it, I kind of want to replay Final Fantasy VII on my channel again properly, but like I've mentioned, I have other games on my plate right now that I want to play on my channel. But even if I do want to replay Final Fantasy VII Original again, it'll be a while until I do that because I am, again, stuck on that game. Again, what's the problem right now? I'm having trouble obtaining Omni Slash. Unlike the other final limit breaks for any character where I can obtain it through other dungeons, optional areas, or previous areas I've been to before, for some reason, Cloud's Omni Slash is a prize you can win at the Battle Arena in Gold Saucer. Why? I'm questioning why. Who else in the world of Final Fantasy VII is also using Omni Slash? It can't be Zack because he's dead. It can't be Angeal because I haven't played far enough in Crisis Core Final Fantasy, but I assume he is also dead. It can't be Genesis because, much like Angeal, I also believe he is also dead. It can't be Sephiroth because he uses Octaslash. So really, who else in Final Fantasy VII is also using Omnislash, winning it as a prize and using it? That just, in the minigame itself, is awful. It's very, very luck-based. The only way you'll have a real chance of beating it and obtaining a lot of points just to buy Omnislash is if you have the accessory ribbon on. That way you can negate status effects from several fights in there. But yeah, I hate that minigame. It's the worst minigame I've ever played in any Final Fantasy game. Worse than Chocobo Catcher. I can't believe I'm saying, because in Chocobo Catcher, yeah, Chocobo Catcher is a chocobo racing minigame you can do in Final Fantasy X if you were wondering. But in Chocobo Capture, yeah, a few times I had trouble doing that. But I've read online that it's easier to do Chocobo Catcher if you're not hearing the game. So I took off my headset and did the racing, dodged every bird, collected as many balloons as I possibly can, and I beat the record. And I got the Sun Sigil for Tidus. So, yeah, that was hilarious. Chocobo Catcher is easier than the Battle Arena in Final Fantasy VII. So, yeah, it's bogus. So, yeah, I am determined to get Omni Slash soon. I hope to get Omni Slash soon. It's driving me nuts. So, I was half tempted to make a video recording myself playing that mini game, and the video would be called the Omni Slash rant, something along the lines like that. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I mentioned Final Fantasy VII in my later Final Fantasy IX videos. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. I should also probably get some non-RPGs out of the way too. Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy isn't long. Neither is an Eco. I should probably get Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage out of the way too, since I'm done with Spyro 1. As well as some other entries that are pretty much minigame incarnate. So, yeah. I'm seeing other games in my collection. Sheesh. Speaking of Final Fantasy VII as well as Crisis Core, I'm kind of half tempted to play Dirge of Cerberus, even though um, it's a third-person shooter, not an RPG, unless it has pretend RPG elements. Hmm. But yeah, yeah. I've also updated my channel's description where before it says that I'd be left playing and live streaming, but live streaming will be an every once in a while thing now. And for Let's Playing, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays as usual. But I also listed down potential Xeon plays I plan on playing later. As some of you may know, after Final Fantasy IX, then I probably should have gotten these games out too. I will be playing Eternal Sonata for the PlayStation 3, Chrono Cross for the original PlayStation, Tales of Exilia Mila Scenario for the PlayStation 3, The Legend of Dragoon for the original PlayStation, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch for the PlayStation 3, and I added two more since then. There was Something Special, which, yeah, after Ni no Kuni, then I'll announce what that is. And then after that, it'll be Xenosaga Episode 3 for the PlayStation 2. So yeah, quite a lot of games. And I'm thinking after Xenosaga Episode 2, I might go back to playing a few PlayStation 2 games and then add one Xbox 360 entry and some PlayStation 3 games. But we'll see. I know Final Fantasy VIII, once I get through that game, will be inevitable. I think I finally got a grasp as to how the junction system and the battle mechanics work. I kind of have an idea of marathoning a few series. I'm hesitant to do Star Ocean because Star Ocean till the end of time and integrity and faithlessness will be left out because I do not like either game. Marathoning Kingdom Hearts is an idea, but I'm not sure about that one. There was one other series, but I can't. Oh, since I pretty much have every Final Fantasy entry ever, well, not ever. I don't have the majority of the spin-offs, and I don't have Final Fantasy 16, but if any of you are wondering, I don't plan on playing Final Fantasy games past 15, mainly because they've been getting bigger and bigger and they keep adding more and more. That, and I'm trying to know my limitations in regards to how much I can collect right now. So I've mentioned time and again, well, not time and again. I've mentioned before that this goes for consoles too. The PlayStation 5, which is what I have right now, will be the final console I ever get from Sony. And for Nintendo side of things, I have the Wii U. That will be the final console I ever have. I don't plan on having a Switch or a Switch 2. So I'll leave that for other people that are interested in those consoles. So, but going back to Final Fantasy, since I have Final Fantasies 1 through 6 on handheld now, I think it might be a good idea to marathon those old school games. Like, I should have gotten those games right now, but yeah. Like, I guess I can play Final Fantasies 1 to Dawn of Souls, since it's two games in one. But for Final Fantasy 2, I've seen it. The level up system is practically non-existent. The only way you level up is through every character's status. Like, everything in that game has an individual level up. Your magic, your strength, your fists, your weapons. Even weapon usage has level up mechanics, which might sound like a good idea on paper, but that's a bit much. But I heard there's a way to mm, exploit that. So that way you can make your casual playthrough a little bit more manageable. So maybe I can pull that off, but if I have to skip two, I might have to skip two. So, and as for Final Fantasy 3, as I've mentioned before, I'll play the DS version first, and if I can download the PSP port, I'll play that version if ever I do a marathon on my channel. Then, actually, in regards to the other Game Boy Advance games, I think I can just play these on my handheld of choice, which is Game Boy Advance, and then do a proper, maybe not a proper guide, but I'll replay them on emulation in higher quality. So, yeah. Yeah. And I also have Final Fantasy 6, which, yeah, I said I might like 5. I get the feeling I might like 5, but Final Fantasy 6, oh boy. Um, yeah, I think lately I haven't been sharing the exact same opinion for Final Fantasy 6 like everyone else, since quite a handful of people, if not the majority of them, say that that's also a masterpiece right alongside Chrono Trigger, which, if you know my opinion on Chrono Trigger, then yeah, it goes without saying. But yeah, I mean, the more I think about Final Fantasy VI, the more I think to myself, there are just some aspects of the game that I probably will not like. I mean, I know what will happen in that game, but I have no idea how it will end. But um, let's see. I know that that game has way more character development than Chrono Trigger, but this also goes to the villain too, where people say that Kefka is the best Final Fantasy villain mainly because of his nihilism. He doesn't really care about anything. He just wants to see the world burn. Through my eyes, that doesn't make a good bad character. I already hate people that don't think things will um, get better. They always think like, "What's the whole point? I don't care. Maybe we should just give up and all that." To me, that doesn't make a good character at all. Those type of people already annoy me, and yeah. I mean, at least in Chrono Trigger, Lavos made more sense. It was just the wild animal that's trying to survive, and it just so happened to go on Earth just to leech the life out of it. It's trying to survive. So, yeah, at least Chrono Trigger ones up Final Fantasy in that department when it comes to villains. But yeah, who knows? I mean, I'm reading dialogue out loud, playing Final Fantasy IX now. So maybe if I read the dialogue out loud in Final Fantasy VI, maybe I might have a change in opinion. But until then, my opinion right now stays the same in regards to Final Fantasy VI. So yeah. But yeah, I think out of all of them, for the NES era, I think I might like 3 more. And for the SNES era, I think I might like 5 more. That's my prediction. So yeah. So maybe a marathon of Final Fantasy will happen. Kingdom Hearts, that's a bit of a stretch. Star Ocean, maybe not. So yeah. Hmm. The last story might make for a good let's play. Maybe. I mean, I would play Super Paper Mario, since my brother played Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. So maybe I might play Super Paper Mario in his stead. Um, what else is over there? I would play Pandora's Tower, but that requires a lot of work. But then again, I remember watching a let's play of one person playing a game through New Game Plus as the initial playthrough. I think I might do that for Pandora's Tower since I've already unlocked the S ending in that game, so I could probably replay that game with no problem whatsoever. It might be a short one since the game will let me carry everything over in New Game Plus. So, yeah. Oh, I also have Batten Kaitos, Eternal Wings and the Lost Ocean. I get the feeling I might not like that game the more I think about it. Uh, Man, I mean, if I end up not liking that game, I think I might be willing to let that game go. To who? I'm not sure. So, we'll see. Um, man, so many choices. I also kind of want to play those one-off games that Triace makes occasionally. You know, they're the creators of the Star Ocean and Valkyrie Profile series, but they've made that one game. Um, they made some games that aren't a part of that series. So there's Radiata Stories. I've made that Infinite Undiscovery Let's Play. They also made Resonance of Fate and Exist Archive, The Other Side of the Sky. I wouldn't mind playing Radiata Stories again on my channel since the game only has two endings, and the game splits into two different paths right in the middle of it. We got the non-human path and the human path. I took the human path. Um, did I say I took the human path? I meant I took the non-human path. So, yeah, I've never played the human path. It'd be interesting to see what goes on in that path. So, yeah. As for Resonance of Fate, I'm still stuck on a thing. I actually haven't played that game since I did that um, testing live stream in regards to changing the resolution of the video game I'm playing. So, uh, who knows? We'll see. I know I'm never going to be playing Valkyrie Profile on my channel. Oh, um, okay. You know, speaking of handheld gaming, Golden Sun. I actually wouldn't mind playing those games on my channel. Um, what else do I have? I would play Muramasa Rebirth, but oh, you know what I also should do? Um, since I don't look at my Odin Sphere playthrough fondly these days, I wouldn't mind playing the remake on my channel on PlayStation 4, Odin Sphere Lift with Seer. So, yeah, and I actually kind of made, well, maybe not a guide, but I made a text document as to how I should play the game, and yeah, each chapter will be its separate video. So, yeah, I think I might pull off the Odin Sphere remake as a walkthrough. The only thing I will not do is the boss rush level that's unlocked at the end of the game. It's just a boss rush. You faced all of them. So, yeah, that'd be a waste. You already know what to expect in a boss rush video, so. Mm. Um, Final Fantasy 13. I actually don't want to play the later Final Fantasy games past 9 on my channel. Because none of them. I'm not worried about copyright claims, but since I'm not getting paid on YouTube, so. But mostly because that they're not the international versions of the games. And I kind of want to get the international versions and then reverse engineer them so that they could be played in English. So, I mean, I can do that. I've done that before with other um, um, what's that term called? Import games. I've done that with import games before. So, yeah. I'm definitely not going to get the MMO Final Fantasy games. I remember back then that I saw Final Fantasy 11, the PlayStation 2 version, everywhere, no matter where I went. Now you can't find it, but that's okay. If I were to get it, it'd be a collector's item at most. So I don't play MMOs at all these days. So, oh, the Tales series. I should probably play more of the Tales series since I pretty much have all of, well, not all of them. I don't have the original PlayStation games. I do not have Tales of Arise yet. I do want to get that. Hmm. Yeah. But yeah. Slowly but surely, my game collection is getting close to being complete. So I'll pretty soon have every game I want. And once that happens, then I'll probably be content. 11 notifications off of Streamlabs. That's okay. I'm just talking. Since the overall, I mean, the video quality is awful, but the audio quality is still good. So as long as you could hear me, that's okay. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I guess before I sign off, I want to talk about my original story that I've been working on for almost a year now. Um, some of you know what I'm talking about, but the story I'm working on is called The Savior, which is about four soldiers helping a young alien girl take back her home from a threat. Um, yeah, I've been slowly but surely trying to get some chapters out. I'm done with the first five chapters, but they're not complete. I know there is a detail or two I need to polish up on, but I'm slowly working on chapters 6 through 10. I've hit quite a few writer's block ever since, um, I want to say August. So it is taking its sweet time. But um, sooner or later, I really need to draw the characters in my story. That way, everyone around me knows who they're reading about and what I'm talking about. So I was thinking of, you know, drawing these characters, and maybe sooner or later I might reopen a DeviantArt account. I've mentioned this in my first look back on Zine RPG 10 years later live stream that I had a DeviantArt account a long time ago, and I think I deleted it. I can't remember deleting it, but I don't doubt it. Um, yeah, I think I'll make another DeviantArt account, but it won't be called Zine RPG, nor Zian, nor my real life nickname. It'd be called The Savior, similar to that of a Fox in Space's YouTube official YouTube channel. So, but as soon as I get things um, developed, then um, I might make the DeviantArt account. My brother introduced me to animatics on YouTube, which is a rough draft of an idea that someone wants to do, but it probably won't get realized at all. So at least the ideas are out there and you could see what they're trying to accomplish. I think I might do that. Although that'll have to, that'll have to wait um, since I have other things to do. So once I get the good majority of my writing done, then I'll probably draw and make my DeviantArt account. So we'll see. Well, we'll see. But apart from that, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to catch up on. So yeah. Um, before I sign off again, I do want to ask a question since has happened twice now. Um, I think um, I think for the past couple of gaming streams I've done and this right now, and not a lot of people show up. I want to ask, what do you think is the best day to post a live stream video for all of you? I mean, I figured Saturday would be good since that's my day off and that's my downtime, but I don't know. I mean, I do know that a lot of you will watch this eventually sometime later, so that's always a good thing. So I don't know. Maybe it's a silly question to ask, but it doesn't hurt to ask. But apart from that, I hope all of you are enjoying my current Zian plays Final Fantasy IX. Um, I am trying to make more episodes. I might record an episode or two today, but we'll see. Um, Currently, I am 36 episodes in. Right yesterday, episode 9 came out, so that should give you an idea as to how many episodes I'm in right now. So I work things ahead of time just in case if I hit a roadblock, which I will say in episode 36, oh boy, I kind of almost lost my cool. Oh man. I'm hoping next episode, episode 37, will be a better one, so we'll see. But if nothing else, let me go ahead and go here and clear some notifications off of Streamlabs if I can. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay, and my microphone has stayed on, so that's good. I might as well mute that. There we go. Well, and if nothing else, if you've tuned into this Hangout stream later, thank you very much. I hope to see you again the next time I do something like this, so be on the lookout for my notifications tabs whenever I announce such a stream. So, as always, my name is ZNRPG. Take care out there. I'll see you again soon. Bye.